You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast. How good is it counting as high as you can?
Well, I was just saying, what's the highest figure you've ever counted?
Probably like 1,000.
No way.
When you're younger and you think
No way.
why no way? Like, why don't that's just an insane thing to aggressively be like, there's
no
no
way you have counted to 1,000.
Do you not remember when you were a child, and I mean like of counting age, and I'm not saying even 1,000 definitely, right? Like it could be 800, it could be 600, but like when you were at a certain age, you would do dumb shit like that because you were just like, you would challenge, you'd have like a challenge against your friend, some absurd schoolyard thing. Like, it's not something where I can guarantee I've counted to any number, but I don't think it's that outrageous.
I'm going to be like maybe 200.
I've definitely counted
out loud.
Sure, out loud in your head, who gives a fuck?
Maybe not, maybe 100.
That's as high as you've ever counted? Evie counts to 100. Sorry, as well, she's not at school yet. She's a genius.
There's just not much incentive to go higher than that.
Unless you are a young person, and I mean like under the age of fucking 12, there's not much incentive for anything. It's just about doing it sometimes. Or if you're toddler who counts back from 150 to try to go to sleep and then loses
Kids get
track.
bored fucking quick, you know that.
But kids also do dumb shit to obsession as well.
I remember seeing in Guinness World Records, like this guy held his arm up for like fucking 40 years. Remember my mate did? We did it for like 4 minutes.
Yeah, well, of course.
Moved on.
Yeah.
We did it again.
That guy was an Indian like monk.
I know. All I'm saying is you lose interest in
but also when you're a kid, you try to juggle a ball for as long as
What do you reckon the Guinness World Record is for the highest number counted to out loud in one sitting?
20,000.
So I just worked it out before. 3,600 is an hour if you count if you do a second if one is every second. I reckon it is. Well, I reckon someone's gone for like fucking 48 hours.
So the way the Guinness Book of Records judged it,
I reckon 172,000.
It's 1 million.
What?
They must have had a caveat. It took him 89 days, and he did it for 16 hours a day.
Okay, well that's not.
Well, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit. I need you to count from one until you finish.
Unchecked.
Without stopping.
During his count,
can't be the
he
record.
didn't leave his house, and he didn't shave. He live streamed
care.
the whole
I don't
thing.
give a fuck. You could have shaved in between.
He's having 8 hours off a day.
You could have shaved then. You just chose not to shave. Like,
So
your hygiene
then-
means nothing to me. I think really you just say, what's 16 hours? He did 16 hours. Maybe that's a record.
I'm sorry.
He probably
That's
got to
infuriating.
62,500 because, like, if you divide...
No.
disgraceful.
What's the Guinness World Record for continuous counting?
And what's disgraceful
That can't
is
be.
Guinness World Record, like, that's a record. You apparently have to pay them like 20 grand to even have them come and do it. They have
might have been more.
Have hoodwinked everyone because that's not a real record.
There's real records out there, like
Yeah.
old Monk Man with his arm up, but that's fucking bullshit.
That's a bullshit
It's
record.
also-
It's actually
it's also
Counted
not
to
consecutive.
out loud is how they...
It's not consecutive though.
caveated it.
He stops for 8 hours.
Yeah.
And then comes back and goes, what number was that? Okay, sweet, let's get back into it. Counting to 1 million is that's a fucked up thing to do.
Can't really find anything on him one sitting. It looks like Guinness have just got to out
See,
loud.
I'm shocked that there isn't a one sitting record.
Yeah.
That seems like...
It seems obvious, dude. Honestly, I don't want to get like grumpy about it. It seems obvious.
No, well, can I be
That's
honest?
the real record.
I'd like to be honest with you. That's made me extremely grumpy.
Yeah. I'm grumpy.
I'm just not impressed.
Yeah.
Oh, 16 hours a day. I didn't even shave. Well, you could have.
You could have shaved. So the
Dickhead.
fact that you didn't is dumb.
Oh, I couldn't sleep, but I did.
Didn't even shave. Shut up.
The
You should have
highest number
shaved.
counted to in one breath is 125,
That's pretty impressive.
which is more impressive, I reckon.
How do you check that?
Because you need breath to make sounds, right? I
Well,
assume.
on the way out.
That's what I mean.
So he's just breathed out for that amount of time. Big lungs that come.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you need to, it's like one lungful of breath. Unless you would also start while you're breathing in.
Why don't you try?
That's pretty smart. Can you breathe?
One-
I don't think
Nah,
you
it's
can.
not
You can't
good.
breathe it. You can't.
Because you're expelling. Maybe it's,
Yeah, you can't do it.
You need
'Cause you've
strong...
gotta-
But then there's like the circular breathing when you're a
Doesn't air need to go
didgeridoo.
through your...
So when you're playing didgeridoo, you're blowing out and breathing in at the same time.
That's impressive. I've always been highly impressed by the...
I tried to. I used to play the didgeridoo. Simi P had a didgeridoo that every once in a while made its way to my house. And
Did you get close?
Close, but couldn't
To
do
the
it.
breathing?
Yeah, close. Couldn't do it though. It's like you're trying to
My
go,
brain can't imagine it.
Don't you feel your cheeks and then blow that out while you breathe in? So
you're basically like trying to, exactly. You feel your cheeks, and then there's like a bit where you're
I
just,
can do that.
yeah. So you go, and then once you take that breath in, you can go back in. But it's not that isn't how you make a didgeridoo sound. It sort of is, but it isn't. Didgeridoo is one of the coolest instruments I think of all time. Like in terms of any culture's instrument that they've made, like didgeridoo. Is there any other? Obviously other cultures have made like horns and shit, wind-based instruments where you're blowing into them, but one where you can just like hollow out a fucking tree and just get into your work, like, and the sound is like nothing else.
It's fucking cool.
It's cool as shit. Were there any other indigenous tribes that got anywhere close to a didgeridoo?
Let me have a look.
Yeah, I'll leave that one with you there, Tom.
Leave it with me, bro.
I know we've got coffees that have just arrived. We did sort of agree.
We didn't agree. We mused.
Well, you said yeah. I don't know about amusing.
You said, "Would I have one?" I said,
You
"Yes."
said yeah. You said
Yeah, so I
yes, we
amused.
will. It wasn't amusing. It was you wanted to have one, and that was
Shut it up.
sure not. Can you put a couple of 4 pines in the freezer? Our fridge sucks.
It's too. I want it stripped back.
We got to strip it back.
It's over. It's just too much.
I think the
There doesn't need to be
freezer
more than a
having frozen over also fucks it.
There doesn't need to be more than a case in there.
I
at
also
once.
turned it
We
down.
don't drink a case a
down.
day.
It was on middle, like, for how cold you can turn it. You got to dial in.
Well,
there.
that's madness.
So you turned it up to full cold.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Well, that was silly. But again, we don't need 5 cases in there.
What was that? It's pretty empty. Well, just put them in the freezer. A couple of. Oh, cool.
And what is also another question? Why aren't we filling up the circles anymore?
Do you know where they were? Fucking on top of the whole cabinetry.
What's that about?
That is Felix not being here for live streams and knowing that circle ice cubes.
But like when people wash up the sink and the circles are sitting there.
Fill them back up. Don't leave them there to dry.
I reckon he's washed them and he's put them up on top. And we've mused that because he's so tall, he's the only one who would.
He's the only one who could reach up that high as a form of like, this isn't an annoying
He put them
height.
all the way up the top.
Yeah,
there.
dude, on the right up the top. Hold on, come and talk to Cody's mic. Sebo's in here editing about even.
He's at a
Just as
He's
trying
Sebo,
Sebo's had a great run.
Just like tall people stuff, because I'm not nearly 6 feet, but we're playing golf with Felix and the Fireball guys, and when they gave us the sunscreen, and then we lost the sunscreen, it was a bit of a big deal, and by the end of the day we found it's on top of the golf cart, because only someone Felix's size
Put something
naturally
down.
put shit on top of a golf cart.
Yeah, but it's kind of like down
yeah,
for him.
yeah.
Whereas for everyone else, it's like on top
Well, it was clearly the most convenient place for him.
for a
to put
giant.
it. Yeah.
Tell you what, we hire people all over the height spectrum, don't we?
We're not heightist.
No.
Well, you and I are.
We're not heightist, though.
We don't hire heightist,
No.
but we are heightist.
Well, I don't think so.
Well, listen, we're 6 foot, and that's just
Well, that's just who we are, right? You just are who you are. But I think, like, you know,
A lot of people,
Felix is a
lot of
giant.
people, and a lot of people sitting there going, "You aren't 6 foot." I would say the number one thing that people say to us when they meet us is, "You're taller than I thought you were." So
Felix says he's 6'7". Is that?
I get,
I'm just trying to work out whether he's actually 6'7". So that seems huge to me.
I get 6'7" vibes from him.
Really?
Yeah, he's tall as fuck.
I know he's tall, but 6'7".
it's just over 2 meters tall.
Okay. Yeah.
And he'd be 2 meters. That cunt for sure.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, good for him.
But then, like we've got Cody. You know what I mean? Who's 4 foot, and that's just
What are you, like 5'6"?
I'm 170, which I think is like a smidge under 5'7".
Okay, there you go.
5'6".
All over the shop.
So 5'6" and 6'7".
Willie B would be 6'1".
Oh, he's 6'2".
Maybe
I reckon.
6'2".
I reckon he's 6'2", Will.
Fucking 5 kilo. He's fucking jacked.
Just ticked 100.
Just ticked 100.
Did you have a party?
You're just by myself.
Yeah, it's nice. Finger party. I haven't weighed myself for a while. I wonder what I am. Could be over 100.
Could be, you reckon?
Yeah, it might be. What do you got there, Tobler?
So this is a Dord instrument.
Is it made out of wood?
Native to Ireland, made out of bronze.
'Kay, so
during the
not-
Bronze Age, during about 1000 BC. So nowhere near as old as a didgeridoo, but
Well, care either, no.
somewhat
And
similar.
it's not made out of wood.
How old's a piano?
Good question. Because this thing is
Lame.
Got nothing to do with the didgeridoo.
Around the year 1700 in Italy
1700.
That's it? That's when the piano came in.
by Bartolomeo Cristofori.
Well, you say that's it. That's older than this fucking thing the Irish have knocked up.
I don't think this is interesting at all because
No, but I'm just saying, oi, Irishman. There's literally a piano now, bruh. Not impressive.
well, but also
Not
like,
impressive, mate.
and I don't want to shoot Tobler because obviously that
Oh,
would
he'd be wrong.
Well, but if I shot him, it'd also probably just make our life a lot harder. I asked for something like a didgeridoo. I acknowledged that there were trumpets. I acknowledged there were other like wind-based instruments. But I said if any other indigenous culture had anything close to a didgeridoo, and he shows me what looks like a fucking
Well, I think what you're potentially looking for is nomadic. Because this may well have been made by an indigenous man, indigenous to Ireland. Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean.
Well,
and
but he-
this
but he-
is made
but-
of
but he-
brass.
There was
But he
nothing
doesn't.
else, so this is the closest
He doesn't
thing
know
to
what
it.
you mean. That's why we got a bronzed instrument.
And you think that's the closest thing? Because a trumpet's also similar. It just doesn't look
Well,
exactly.
yeah, but it's an old indigenous.
What does this sound like?
The
I don't think- I
Yeah.
don't think nomadic people are using bronze. There, I said it.
Primitive people, like primitive tribes. people.
Nomadic. Use the word nomadic. They fucking wander around. They're not fixed in cities and shit. They don't have agriculture. They're not using bronze. Nomadic.
Well, apparently indigenous people weren't as nomadic as you were led to believe, based on some of the things.
They didn't
that
have
said.
cities set up though, and
They didn't have cities. No, didn't have
Right.
cities. You don't need a city, but they. There's evidence just from like your fish traps of the world that they that they were fucking settling. Anyway, if we can get a sound of this gourd or whatever it's called. Someone actually said that if we ever want to go out to like Uluru, or there's also a place in Queensland, someone DM'd us yesterday. This I assume maybe he's an indigenous guy, but like take us out to like fish traps, take us out like traditional fucking spearing.
I'd fucking love that. Also, I don't know if this gentleman offers this service as well, but I would fucking love to, because Parso, who did it out at Uluru, has put it in my brain. I can't get rid of it. All I want is for this experience. Is they got like an elder who came out and explained the people out there's understanding of the sky.
I would love to
want
do
that.
Well, let's try and work. Let's do that.
That's what I want. I want that experience.
Let's do that.
I also wouldn't mind, and this is something else that's fascinated me endlessly, is like would be going out with like an indigenous tracker. Just want to be like, what are you seeing? Show me what you're seeing. I just fucking reckon it'd be mad.
I apologise. This just sounds exactly like a didgeridoo.
Yeah, it does.
But when was it invented?
1000 BC.
Yeah.
Before Christ.
Yeah, okay. Got to respect that.
When's the
Didgeridoo shits all over this for age.
yeah? But when is that? Have they dated it at all? The didgeridoo?
All right, that's enough, Tobler. Have they dated the didgeridoo?
I'd be shocked if they have.
People were traversing the seas, though. This is probably just a knockoff, dude. This is probably a didgeridoo from Timu.
They walked there, mate. Landbridge.
Or Wish. Or whatever. People also had masters.
It hasn't been officially dated, but some believe that they've been using the didgeridoo for over 40,000 years, but the oldest records of playing the didgeridoo date back 1,500 years in the form of old Northern Territory cave and rock paintings.
How do they date a cave and rock painting?
Good question.
Great question.
Great question.
It's
That'd be
sometimes I
carbon
wish
dating?
I
That'd be like carbon dating.
Yeah, but I thought carbon dating was when you go
carbon
down.
date if it's not
If it's
just,
out on a wall.
if you're just using a wall.
I think
Maybe
they
you
can date the sediment and stuff on the wall though and get an idea through
Okay,
that.
great point. I
That's what they do.
sometimes it'd be nice just to have an expert here.
Carbon date Willie Burns, he seems like he knows.
Right on. Again, that fucking Dior job's up. It's up for
It's up for the race is heating up for the Dior job. Jesus Christ.
fuck. I never thought I'd get.
Is there a
this-
race?
Well, fuck yeah. I never thought I'd get this
Shit,
close.
someone
either.
could have told me that was a
Well,
race.
Tobler, you should always assume there's a race going on, mate.
Mate, it's like playing for it's like first grade. Sure. You
Yeah.
can get dropped. You know what I mean?
You fucking
No, Tom's
form's
just
always
glad I'm aware
bloody
now.
form's always being observed, and
Like technically, Tom and I can get dropped, but it's just not going to happen.
it's just unlikely, highly unlikely.
You know what I mean? If you're playing a mortal football every week, then like you're not going to get dropped.
Not even really have to worry.
You know what I'm
about it.
saying?
Obviously, it's a chance, but it's just.
But like, if we got so shit that no one listened, we'd get dropped, right? So
we'd
like,
be completely
everyone's job is up for grabs here.
Yes.
No one's safe.
No one's safe.
Particularly you, Tobler.
Yeah, which I think is healthy.
Yeah, no, I think it is. I think that's healthy, right?
It's a healthy environment to
always
thrive.
feel like-
Super competitive. Look over your shoulder. Go to bed anxious as fuck. I want
Wide
you
and
sweat.
each other.
Why do you think
You
I'm
guys,
counting
like,
down from 150,
Don't be
150
friends.
every night?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't be mates.
Kill or
You
be
need to
killed.
wide ant each other.
I'm going to throw
Talk
money
shit.
into a circle with a spear and just go fucking last one.
Punch on.
Last one survives.
Well, it looks like Wiremu might survive that one.
yeah, but Tobler's, you know,
Conniving.
he nut stuff, ball stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to get dirty.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you hear that, Cody? Yeah, that's right, Cody. He's already
Dirty how? As
Cody's
in, like,
waving
start
the
licking
white
bum
flag
holes and
already.
shit.
Yeah, how dirty are we talking?
Yeah, pretty dirty.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yuck. Don't say that.
Yeah, yeah. He
You
doesn't.
asked.
That doesn't sound intimidating at all. It sounds just intensely sexual.
Yeah, it sounds like I'm going to get my bumhole clean.
Yeah. I'm going to eat your ass, dog.
Right.
Anyway, Thursdays, eh?
Back to the offer that you've read and I haven't.
Yeah.
Interested.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know when the fuck
Officially,
we go
officially interested.
That's what I said. I said officially interested. But we'll
Here's
just
what
have
we'll do, and this may just make it easier for us. We figure out where it's happening and rough time, and then we can go out there with the girls and then leave them, and we go to all the fun stuff, and then they can just like be there at the end of the night.
as in, like, so we obviously take them with us.
Yes,
Have,
but not with us.
But not with us to
the fun stuff.
To the fun stuff.
That's
No,
just
we
it.
don't want them getting in the way.
Well, it's your boy time.
Yes, boy
As in,
time.
like our time.
Yeah.
With whoever this gentleman is. Oh, no, maybe a lady. I don't know.
Well, if there's one in Newcastle, we probably don't even need to bring him. We could probably just go, we're going, we'll be back today.
I want
maybe
to do the
tomorrow.
Uluru one.
No, the Uluru one, of course. The Uluru one, of course.
I haven't been there yet.
No, neither have I.
So I don't really want to go to Newcastle. I've been in Newcastle. Fabulous place. Big fan of Newcastle. Big fan of the people.
Yep.
Nothing. Not going to say a bad word about Newcastle
No.
except the Knights. But I'm talking Uluru here.
Yeah.
And I'm.
Now, would you
I'm
fly out there or would you four-wheel drive? 4WD?
well, we could fly there and hire a four-wheel drive
Just to drive around.
because
And
the drive out there is going to be grueling.
Well, especially with two children, one on the way. Possibly three at that point.
Grueling drive.
Yeah.
Oh, kids will fucking leave the kids.
So we leave the kids, bring the wives. That's not going to be possible.
Well, it depends when we do it.
So before
Or
kid
after.
number 3.
Or after.
They're too young.
Well after. What do you mean?
Well, like I can't leave a newborn in fucking.
When can you leave them? When can you drop them off?
They've got to kind of recognise where they're at. They got to be.
When
knowing
can you?
the breastfeeding.
I'm asking when you can drop them off.
1.5, probably 2.
So probably got to go before.
Yeah, we got to get moving, and probably leave the girls. Just leave everyone.
Just leave them all.
Let's leave them all. Anyway.
Okay, so more likely it's just you and me going.
Yeah, I think that's just
So
gonna.
fuck the girls.
Yeah, fuck.
Okay. I just foresee a jealous wife
Of course you do, and
I
so do
foresee
I.
that.
Yeah, so do I.
who's made several remarks about like, why do you get to do all the fun stuff
Because it's our job.
all the time?
What's our job?
And I'm like, well, hang on, sweetheart. I did take you to Bali recently. We went together.
I was going to say, wow, took
We
it,
went
did
together.
you? Oh, shit.
What I was going to say.
What's mine is not yours.
What
it
I was
sounds
going to
like.
say is, we did take them to the Gold Coast. We went to the Bali.
We did
but
take them to the Gold
take
Coast.
them to the Gold
We
Coast,
did also, a couple of years ago, take them to the Manly Seagulls Awards night.
which she was upset she wasn't invited.
Well, so is Steph, but I'm not. I think that this year it's just you and
I just said, listen, we're on the Four Pines table.
You guys would have cramped our style.
It's like it's like Hello Sport, Four
business,
Pines, business stuff.
jabberjawing, business deals.
Not to
chatting.
say you wouldn't get it, but you're just not involved.
No, it's just it would have slowed us all down.
Although you were a lot of fun last time we went.
We love having you. Just not this time. But we will be there with bells on and maybe bolo ties. That's TBC. Punters and dribblers, you know by now that we are in bed willingly, gladly, and gleefully with our friends at Four Pines. Specifically the Four Pines Japanese Lager. I had the privilege this week, Edward, of introducing my father to Four Pines Japanese Lager.
Yes.
And Hectic Fred.
And the people, and they're loving it?
It was very well received.
Mate, the people are turning Japanese. They are.
They are.
They're fucking loving it.
Yep.
When that sweet, gorgeous, delectable Japanese lager nectar hits the throat, hits the tongue, hits the lips,
Yeah. Everyone's
it's
turning
sayonara.
Japanese.
It's good night.
Sayonara.
Sayonara. It's good night, nurse. Okay? It
Yep.
just is, because it's fucking delicious.
Yeah, it is. It's great.
If you haven't tried it before, why don't you try it, bruh?
Listen,
Why don't you try it, bruh?
Are we going to be rubbing shoulders with the big wigs at 4 Pines at the Manly Seagulls bloody awards night? Maybe.
What, next Monday?
Yeah, maybe.
Are we on the 4 Pines table? Maybe. Not important.
Nah.
We're back in the club. Not important.
Hey.
Shout out to 4 Pines.
You have to try the Japanese lager punters and dribblers. Get around it. It's good gear. Just quickly, if you are in the Bondi area, just go past Beach Road, see if you notice anything cool.
Just nip down there and see if you notice anything cool.
Just if you're down in Bondi near Beach Road, just take a look at a little billboard near the bottle shop.
Just have a little look. It may or may not be a good day billboard. I don't know. Just a neat little segue. If you're sitting here listening to yourself, like thinking to yourself, fucking hell, I probably need to give the body a bit of a spring clean. I had grand plans for winter that were not met in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You've been subsisting off fucking KFC or schnitzels, plenty of gravy, and some of those
chippies.
You know what I mean? Maybe way too many 4 Pines over the winter. Maybe the belly's starting to show, and you're not pregnant. You get what I'm saying? You're showing, but you're not pregnant. Showing, but you're not pregnant. And you think to yourself, fuck, I need to do something. I'm doing absolutely fucking nothing. Why don't you do the least that you can do, which is Good Day. BeGoodHealth.com.au. Code Dribblers, 20% off. Just try it.
But if you're near the fucking Beach Road, give it a little scan. Might be a QR code. Don't worry. See how you go. No big deal.
Not a big deal.
Anyway, that was a very unintentional live read baked into the show.
Wasn't a live read.
Wasn't a live read. That's what I mean. It was unintentional.
It wasn't a live read. It wasn't an ad. I was merely saying if you feel like you're starting to show and you're not pregnant and you feel like you should be doing more, give it a go.
Now,
not an
Eddie,
ad.
Not an ad. BeGoodHealth.com.au.
Cody, you want to whip a couple up?
No, mate. Oh. No.
What would we be asking for on a Wednesday afternoon?
Well, just because you talk about it.
Well, the 4 Pines are in the freezer, so we're waiting for them to cool down.
They're not cold enough yet.
They're not
I need them
enough.
fucking ice cold.
They need to be ice cold. Our fridge is fucking struggling.
I've always said that.
So a couple of tequilas, please, young Squire.
In our fun glasses that we like.
In our fun, cool glasses. We got glasses for we've got another little office just around the corner, which is basically just like a meeting room office because you can't really have meetings in here while people are talking about the sort of things that are spoken about on podcasts in here between us. We mean well, you wouldn't, or about even. You can't really have combos. So we got a meeting room. We got some. We got a fridge in there. The place isn't really set up yet, but we got some glasses for when you may feel like having a tequila or a whiskey, something of that nature,
or maybe a beautiful ice. I mean, water, like water.
Sure, whatever. Well said.
Make it look nice.
Well said, buddy.
Like a beautiful one.
No, really well done.
Have a beautiful water.
So rather than getting tumblers,
what's wrong with that?
No, there was nothing. You said it well.
But can you have a beautiful
rather than getting tumblers, which is what the brief was. Eddie's gone out and got like tumbler wine glasses that, if they basically look like they're out of like Game of Thrones, that like fucking they're drinking wine out of.
They're very
like,
chalicey.
They're chalicey.
Fetch me more wine. That sort of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Yeah, they also look like our boy Sis.
Yeah, they look like our boy
He drinks
Sis.
out of goblets as well.
That's right.
Your boy Sis.
It looks like you've come back from a day of killing. You know what I mean? Out in the field, you've fucking got 50, 60 kills.
Yeah.
You're swinging around a giant blade.
Or a bomby knocker or something.
And you've killed peasants because you're noble born.
Nobility.
Your nobility, you know what I mean?
Highborn.
You've got land, you tax the fucking poor.
Feudal system.
The feudal system, that's right. And you hand it upstairs to the big fat king, but you've got your own setup and you're loving it, and you were trained by the best in the business, right? Like knights and shit trained you, so you fucking know what's up and you know what you're doing. You're also heavily protected. You got like a little fucking your own like sort of bodyguard system set up. But you go out there, some farmer who he like all he's done his whole life is like grow little wheat fields and shit. Work the land. He's lost fucking 6 or 7 kids in childbirth. That's what happened. You know what I mean? It's etch, but like it's happened, right? And he goes out there.
You're gonna bring mine over?
And he's been given a wooden sword because that's all they had, and you've gone out and you slaughtered motherfuckers like 10s or 20s, 30s of people like that.
That's the sort of glasses.
You get back and you fill up your chalice and you cheers it. That's what we've got.
That's it. That's a roundabout way of explaining what we have in the other studio. Now, Eddie, while we park the feudal system rhetoric for a moment, just for a moment, I do intend to come back to it. The first fully recognised ant of rugby league has apparently retired.
Brad Parker.
Yep.
Which is absolutely fucking devastating. Before we get into Brad, there was just something I read the other day that I just wanted to let the people know.
Hey, Brad, fucking sorry, dude. Don't care. What is it?
About ants.
Oh, good. Okay.
I was in Bali the other day, and I was observing ants around me, and I just thought to myself, fuck me dead, these motherfuckers are moving. Like, the ground they were covering,
Yep.
as compared to their body size, was fucking staggering. So then I start thinking to myself, how fucking quick do these fuckers run pound for pound? Pound for pound.
Pound for pound.
Look it up. I think the quickest one in recorded history is doing like 180 body lengths a second, which is like 365 miles an hour in a human equivalent.
180 body lengths a second?
A second.
That's
Can
quite...
you confirm that?
That's fucking huge, though. Like, that's a lot.
180 body lengths a second is the quickest ant, dude.
Listen.
Like, ants aren't getting enough cred for this.
No, but they're also strong as fuck.
I know, but everyone knows that.
Yeah, but like they're not. I think they are. They're actually almost the most terrifying animal. You're just lucky that you're just happy they're small as shit.
Dude, if they were big, we would all be so fucked.
we wouldn't be here.
The Saharan silver ant can reach the equivalent of 360
What's
miles
the
per
biggest
hour.
an ant can
So
get?
think about this, 180...
Other than Brad Parker.
Think about this, 180 body lengths, right? Let's just say I'm 1.8 metres. 1.8 is what I am, times 180 is 324 metres a second. If ants were our size, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
It's all over.
Yeah.
They can lift, like, what's the equivalent of their...
It's like 40, 50 times their body weight, is it?
I think it's just 20
20?
ants.
Have you looked it up or are you just
I'm
guessing?
looking it up,
Yeah,
but I'm-
don't just guess. For sure, don't just guess. Like, sometimes you'll see a little ant carrying like a fucking block of cheese.
Can carry up to 20 times their own body weight.
That's the most of any ant, or is that one ant?
To be able to carry up to 20 times their own body weight.
That's just any ant. That's the best. That's
Yeah,
the
no,
best
what's best in
the
class?
best an
in
ant can
class?
get.
As evidenced by the 180 body lengths. That's
Yeah.
best in class.
What's the Gillette the best an ant can get?
What's the
Yeah,
Brad...
actually, the leafcutter ants can lift up to 50 times their own body weight.
Okay. So what we've got here, if you do a silverback times whatever the fuck that was hybrid, you've got an ant that can lift 5,000 kilos, 5 tons, and move 324 meters a second.
Yeah.
That can't be. You can't.
There's
fuck with
no
that.
animal near that. There's no animal near that.
And
Pound
the
for pound.
and then the Queen's just out there backing out fucking a kid a second. Bulls, just
Yeah, yeah,
backing
yeah.
them out. You imagine that?
Are they putting? How quick are they reproducing children? Another question. So then we can work out how fast they're running, how big they're lifting, how frequently are they shitting out kids.
Shout out to
can't
women.
compete with
That's
that.
like the toughest carry in amongst Homo sapiens. Is carrying a kid and then birthing it out, but the Queen's out there just backing these things out.
The only thing that we have in our, let's say there was a sort of Starship Troopers situation, for those of you who haven't seen it, great movie, where ant aliens came to Earth the size or even bigger than us, coming to fucking take names. All we have up our sleeve is tech.
Mate, I think that if ants were
If we
our
can
size,
shoot them,
we
we can blow them up, booby trap them.
Mate, you can't shoot that. Something moving. that
Booby
quick.
trap them. You come near us,
Mate,
landmine.
Mate,
boom.
you're not going to be able to load your rifle quick enough. 324 meters a second. You wouldn't even see the cunt, and he's on top of you.
Well,
all over.
you have to prepare, you know. I'm saying if this thing's coming to Earth, we got aliens coming, all right, we got to start blasting them. They also have to have the technology to come to Earth, though, wouldn't they? So they'd have to be pretty fucking advanced.
If they've got the technology to come to Earth, it's all over.
Well, then they're more advanced than us. We're
if
already
they
fucked.
just started growing bigger,
we could take control then.
but what if it happened in the Amazon and no one realized until it was too late?
What's the biggest an ant can get?
108 times, not 180. My apologies. 47 strides every second.
Whoa.
We could also fight them from the water and from the air.
Great point.
No, because they can make those. They make those like
Ant rafts.
ant rafts. They clip
Yeah, but they
together and
can't
make
move
rafts,
quickly
dude.
in the water.
But yeah, they wouldn't be able to fight doing that. They'd be all stuck together.
That's
and
true. We'd just
easier
become a
to shoot.
water-dwelling people, and we'd fucking kill them from the water in the air.
Back to the seas.
Yeah.
Allah the dolphin, Allah the whale,
Yeah, a la the sea cow.
Allah the seal.
Yep, a la the.
Yeah, the sea cow. I
Sea cow.
haven't thought about me.
Well,
old
you
mate,
were
the sea
swimming with
cow.
your old mate. The sea
Fucking oath
cow.
I was.
What are they
it
called? Manatees, as you would call them.
Dude, so sick.
The
Manatees.
biggest ants in the world can get up to 4 centimeters in length.
Yes, they're like, and
Not
they're
that
growing.
long.
I'd like just to see what. Are we keeping an eye on them? Is there a body?
Some sort of an organisation.
Is there some sort of like? I mean, fucking
ant of
defund the UN and start funding
and the WHO.
the WHO. I mean, the WHO does fuck all except pretend to protect pandas. But anyway.
Yeah, we need a
Oh,
Dino
you're talking about the World
Panera.
Bank.
I'm talking about the World
Dino
Health
Panera watchdog.
Organisation, not the WWF,
Oh,
who do protect pandas, and they also are a great wrestling body.
I just think that knowing what we now know about ants, if they were to become,
Problematic. Too big for
the
their
size of a dog, for example, I mean, we've got a fight on our hands.
Yeah.
I've just been looking as well. Some species of ants lay up to 4 million eggs a month.
Whoa. And then how long do they take to hatch?
I think it's within like 10 days. But again, different species to species.
Fuck though, that's quick. So they're reproducing.
So the Queen's doing 4 million a month.
Some do. Some do.
and she's putting up numbers.
Like, we can't compete with those.
Which is
Euros.
why I'm shocked Brad Parker's retiring.
That was the end.
That's why I'm shocked that he's retiring. He's 27 years old. I'm shocked he hasn't had a game of fucking top flight rugby league this year. Obviously, there's something going on there. I'm not going to...
We're
But
not,
like,
we're not going to go into it. Maybe him and the coach get along.
I don't
That's
know.
what it looks like.
Well, he wanted to play back row, but he was probably a second centre. We probably could have used him at some point this year. I'm not saying he doesn't walk into our top side anymore. That's fine. But I'm saying...
But he hasn't for a couple of years, and that's fine.
No, last year he was in there.
There was injuries.
And we didn't have Tommy Talau. And Ruben played on the wing. I just think, knowing what we know now about the ant, it's sad that Brad Parker, who was an ant orangutan hybrid, given
Well, he
his
was an
ginger
ant.
complexion.
He was an ant.
Well, he was the strength of an ant. And
He could run an ant's line too.
Well, he could run a fucking, what, you're talking about like 108 metres a second? Yeah, bro.
108 body length.
Body length a second, yeah.
Try defending that. You can't. You can't defend that.
I wonder what he'll do. You reckon he'll go into
Coaching.
club stuff?
Coaching.
Bit of club stuff?
I can see Brad doing a bit of community work.
Bit of club stuff?
Club stuff, community stuff.
Remember, was it this time last year?
I don't want to put words in Brad's mouth, but I just think he's a great community man.
No, sure. When did we meet his brother? Was that when we did the Budgie Smuggler event at the Ivy?
Yes, that's
Some
correct.
dribbler tried to start him.
Well, that was dumb.
Yeah, I know. That was like at the end of the day, everyone was fucked up, and I'm like, get me out of here.
I believe, yes, I think you've nailed that. You and I nipped out the back door.
Yep.
Well, the front
door. We didn't have a back door.
It was over by then.
Yeah.
We went back and had a couple of whiskeys at home, I believe.
We
if
did.
memory serves.
Yep.
A good way to wind down
After a long, hard day.
after a long taxing day. We also weren't on the level of everyone else.
Well, it was in that everyone was fucked up and we were.
Everyone was like beyond fucked up.
Yep.
And sometimes if you're just not on that level, you just
Well,
just
we're
hard to-
professional, so we kept a lid on it because we had work to do.
Correct. Now, Brad Parker's brother.
Chad Parker.
Chad Parker. Good man, Chad.
Yeah. Nice
A lot of time for Chad.
Yep.
Nice guy.
Yep.
I'm going to miss Brad Parker.
So am I.
And I think-
I feel like I've missed him all year, and now I'm just realising.
And I have missed him all year. And I feel like with enough time, we're going to look back and go, they were good years.
They were
those
good
Brad
years.
Parker
The Brad
years.
Parker
They were
years.
fucking good years.
They were
those
good years. The Brad Parker years, good years.
You could trust him defensively. He'd fucking shore up his edge.
He basically killed Mike Acevo one time.
Yeah, fucking oath he did.
No one killed Mike Acevo like Brad Parker.
And this was like a couple of years ago, Mike Acevo.
Yeah.
Not like Mike Acevo this year.
No
offense.
No offense.
But you know what I mean? That's like Mike Acevo of old when he was just broad and strong and all quality. He's probably
Excuse
too
me.
quaddy now. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could he got a nice, honest, dependable line out of him.
Mm-hmm.
He'd run off the shoulder of his back rower. He'd get involved with the six.
Listen,
and he'd fucking put shots on.
Yeah. We've got. I wonder where that ant fucking thing is that we got. Somewhere the guy sent it.
It's in the
Brad,
garage.
Brad Parker as an
We
ant.
put him in the garage. They just never got thrown.
No.
It's all right. We'll start putting them up.
We should hang him from the roof.
Well, we were going to hang them up above Tobler's Corner. Remember, we were going to do that up.
Yep, still got to hang a bunch
Yeah.
of
Well,
stuff
we're
up
waiting for
there.
you to do it, mate. We're giving you the opportunity to decorate your corner, and you.
Well,
won't do
listen.
Can't
He's-
decide
no,
what
he's
to
There
do
is
first.
there's an opportunity. There may well be an opportunity coming up soon for us to start putting some things up.
it. Yeah, there might be. We'll see how we go. Did you see the
Yes,
thoughts?
punchy
Punchy.
as fuck.
Yeah, punchy. as
It's
fuck.
all right, yeah.
I'm like,
I'm going
what's
back.
the great deal of difference? This is no one's going to get this.
Brad Parker.
And Aaron Woods.
I want to thank. Well, just Brad Parker first. I want to thank you for your acts of service.
Yep.
To the club.
I want to thank you for your hard lines. Like to thank you for your tackles, blood spilt, injuries,
Yep. I also want to thank you
your
for having
friendship.
red hair.
Yeah.
Because I love a side, particularly a side I follow passionately, that's got a red nut in there,
Well,
going
but
out
that's
there and
what I mean.
fucking trucking the hard, the honest seed.
Is he the only red nut we've had for the last few years? I can't remember of any other red nut on the side. Scott Donald comes to mind. That was a long, long time ago.
There was a
Punters.
Simons a few years back.
Tommy Simons.
Simons.
Yep, he played in the 2013 grand final. Tommy Simons.
Tommy Simons did play in the 2013 grand final.
which we won. That's probably it though for red nuts.
I think he's the only red nut of the last 10 years.
Yep.
When Tom Simons left, wouldn't have been much. Would have been maybe a couple of more seasons.
Do we have any more red nuts in the side? What's the fucking succession plan for red nuts within the side?
That's a fucking great point.
Do we have another red nut floating around in the lower grades I'm not aware of? I'm racking me brains. I haven't seen any rangers coming through. Do we get someone to dye their hair red?
The thing as well is, as our Polynesian brothers and sisters start coming to this country and dominating the game because of just their elite strength and speed, there's just going to be less and less opportunities for the red nut.
Well, I mean, listen, some of the most beautiful people in the world are those like genetic freaks who are darker skin coloured and then just out of nowhere have like full on red hair.
You just don't see it that often.
No, I know. That's why you're sort of you're hoping for magic, really.
If you're a geneticist, right,
I'm not.
call in the dribbler hotline and succinctly, as best you can, explain to me how a recessive gene hasn't been bred out.
Given how many times-
Or if they go, it's a recessive gene, so it's gonna breed out. I'm like, well, how did it come to exist in the first place?
And
that
how
makes
come
no sense.
But also, Edward, if it's recessive, then how come when two red nuts fuck, they have a red nut?
How can it be? How can it exist if it's a recessive gene and it's getting bred out? How did it come to be in the first place? Does that imply that it was once not a recessive gene, now it is? I need answers.
But
and
if
I
it's
need
recessive, you shouldn't be able to recreate red nuts.
I
should
need
you?
it. I need it explained succinctly and simply for my simple mind, because it's not worth googling.
No.
It needs to be explained.
Is there anyone we can sort of convert into a ginger? Like is Burbo? Because he's got blonde hair already. I imagine it's easy enough
Are
to
you
dye
suggesting
red.
that we potentially take a
Conversion therapy, not that type. Just not. You know what I'm saying?
not that
sort of conversion therapy. It's red nut conversion therapy.
So the conversion therapy you're thinking of, park that.
Park that.
Not relevant. Not relevant at all. What we're talking about is converting Burbo of not a red nut into a red nut.
But like blonde enough that you can change him to a red nut, and everyone would be like
Strawberry
okay.
blonde.
Strawberry blonde, exactly. You wouldn't go Corey Horsburgh red.
No.
You'd go strawberry blonde, and that's sort of
Well, because it's play on and people go, I didn't realise he was a strawberry blonde. Makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
now. Guy's strong as an ox.
yeah, exactly. It plays into the strength factor. But otherwise, I don't really know anything else we could do it. Obviously, you do it with Jake or Tom, but you wouldn't do that once they've made representative honours. You can't do it.
Well, Tom Trebojevic, the player of this generation, the injury is the only thing holding him back from immortality, IMO. Jake just lifted the shield.
Yeah, he got like the Bluey Award. He got like the Bluey Award at the New South Wales Award.
Probably not going to work.
No.
Burbo, on the other hand, Ben, he could be strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
And I mean that with all due respect.
Well, it's not a disrespect thing. It's like it's just that it's the acknowledgement that you need a redhead in a side, or at least it's ideal to.
Well, you
have
need one in the system.
Yeah, in the system, much better. You need a ranger in the system.
Like, yeah, maybe your ranger's not part of your 30-man squad,
just-
but he's coming through the grades
Can
and
you
you're
look at
aware of
Manly's
him.
top 30, see if we got any gingies in there?
There's also a thing where redheads go harder because they've got a higher pain threshold.
There you
Is
go.
that true?
Yeah,
Is that fair income?
apparently.
Zach's been bullied their whole life.
Probably assume that.
Well, there's two options for the red nut. We've always talked about this. It's the life of a neckbeard, loser, they hate the sun, or
They're the toughest people.
be
you've
the
met.
toughest, hardest motherfucker all time. Like that guy that fucked up Darcy in the boxing. Jace Legacy, dude. Not Jace Legacy. Just Jace.
from the Reggie's podcast.
And all due respect to Darcy, but you picked the wrong man. That guy was fucking intimidating.
we knew that was coming. Sorry, Darcy, about to get a drive-by. We knew that was coming. We knew that
Darcy
Jace
knew it was coming. That's why he wore the headgear.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Well, yeah, I reckon you're better off just saving face and getting knocked out. But Jace put it on him. Jace was pumped up.
Oh my God. Jace, you just know. You just look at a motherfucker.
We knew. You
just
saw
know.
it. We knew. And then fucking, they were like, "Oh, you're not fucking fighting." You go, "No, Christ, no. Christ, no, I'm not fighting."
Yeah, because I'm
old enough to retire from sport altogether.
We've been over this.
You want to end up like Jarch getting knocked out and pretending like you didn't? Fuck no.
Yeah. Excuse me. Listen, whilst people fight on the front lines, you know what I'm doing? I'm
talking about it.
I'm feeding grapes to the generals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm the grape guy, bruh.
We were feeding Danny Green grapes.
Yeah.
And
You think I'm a front line guy? Hilarious.
More specifically, we were
Incorrect.
feeding him soft candies because upon his request.
He was murdering soft candies.
Yeah.
I hadn't actually thought about how many soft candies he got through.
Murdering soft
And
candies.
he was shocked that he didn't have any.
He was like,
"Where's the soft candy at?"
He was like, when the whole thing started, Danny left the broadcast booth to go and find soft candies. He was like, "I'm going to fucking find some soft candies. If I can't find them, I will kick up a stink." Now, he didn't necessarily say that. He was a great man to work with.
But he made it clear that if there weren't soft candies in the next 5-10, then you're gonna have an angry Danny Green on your hand. He left the call for two reasons only: soft candy and work the blower.
Yeah.
And the blower was worked. Were the soft candies.
Soft candies were pounded, dude. And he didn't even really he offered some up. He wasn't gatekeeping the soft candies, but it felt like, I'm going to allow you to have. You need them more than I do.
He didn't offer me one, I don't think.
I don't think he offered me one, but there was I'm leaving them on the table if you want them, but also not.
Okay. So
I'm going to go take Danny Green's soft candies.
You think I'm going to take Danny Green's soft candy after he kicked up a stink? Okay.
And,
who the fuck do you think I am?
Well, I know you're not a guy who's going to steal Danny Green's soft candies. I know that much. That I do know. I think we all know that.
Aaron Woods, also retiring.
Yes, congratulations. Manly legend.
Club
Aaron
great.
Woods.
Club great Aaron Woods.
Totes yawning over there. Jesse, we boring you?
Clearly.
You right there,
Well,
man?
listen.
Just yawning. Just yawning his ass off while we're here trying to fucking...
Sorry I'm not guru, mate.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Sorry I'm not fucking Will and Pat. You know what I mean? Sorry, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Your meeting went all right yesterday, and now you're that comfortable, you just start yawning around us.
Yeah.
We're just in this sinking into this nice red couch.
Your review, your 6-month review went okay, and you think you just sit here and yawn in our face while we're here talking about Danny Green.
Just because I'm not Will or Pat.
Yeah, just because I'm not Will or Pat from you wouldn't, or Guru.
Aaron Woods.
Club great. How many games do you reckon he played for Manly? I'm going to say 12. I reckon 12.
I reckon he played 9 games. 9 tough, honest rugby league games.
18.
Oi, good on ya.
Well done. I tell you what,
He was good for the club.
You want to hear something fucking wild?
Yep.
Aaron Woods was part of the Woods Moses rescue dog fucking
And
1,
Tedesco.
2, 3.
4, the big 4.
The big 4.
Teddy, Moses, Brooks, Woods.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Not really.
That was wild.
That was
bro.
early days Hello Sport. I remember recording episodes about that up in upstairs at Triple M.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy time.
because it was the big 4 that you let go of. 4 fucking... Well, 3 of the 4 went on to represent Australia.
No, it was the big 4, then it was the big 3 for a while, and then Moses fucked off and Woods fucked off.
Can we check that? I think they
Because
all,
Tedesco went first.
but they all pretty much fucked off similar times. I believe maybe
Maybe I'm
Moses managed.
This is just from memory. I haven't Googled it yet. But it was like, we signed Ivan Cleary. Ivan Cleary got to the club and they all had contracts on the table. And then Ivan Cleary was like, make a decision in this. You've got 2 weeks to make a decision or something like
Was
that.
Ivan Cleary there then?
It was going on before he got there. Like all the big 4 contract sagas were going on. Again, this is just my memory of it. Dark time for me. And he got there and then was like, all right, you guys got 2 weeks to make a decision. And then they ended up all just not signing.
Quick question. You're saying dark times for you.
Yeah.
Would 3 straight spoons be darker than that time?
No way.
No.
How could this is just the result of that? That literally
That's probably a reasonable.
losing 3 like players like that. How does that compare? Like whatever, you know.
Well,
Yeah,
and you arguably you lost.
When you
well,
see how good Luke Brooks is
you
for
definitely
Manly,
lost. Like you definitely lost the 2 most important by a country mile.
Yeah, but when you see how good Luke Brooks is now at Manly, and I'm not even saying like he's rep footy good.
He's not
but-
Moses or Tedesco.
No, but how good he is, how many good moments he's had this year, it truly puts into like plain sight how fucking awful your club is. Who I'm going for on Friday.
But I would also argue, and this is just my opinion. I think that the rescue dog is a 6-6, and he loves playing behind a 7-7. He plays better in that environment. Unfortunately, at the Tigers, the last 7-7 they had, Mitch Moses, they couldn't.
Well, actually, they were flipped, and it was Brooks 7, Moses 6.
Hear me out though. He's been given no assistance at all.
The Tigers suck. That's what I'm saying.
Luke Brooks was given no help.
No, you're absolutely right. The last good year, I love Luke Brooks. I'm so happy to see he's doing well at Manly. I might be in the minority as Tigers fans there, but like the last good season he had was when Benji was at the Tigers, and he got Dally M halfback of the year that year. In the same set.
Was that his debut year?
No, that was like 2019.
Okay. There you go. Benji asked him to leave again in unceremonious circumstances.
That was etch.
That was so etch.
That was so etch.
Your treatment of Benji is
Just generally
nothing.
treat you-
It's
you-
just so etch. Like there was etch the first time, but for it to happen again was just so outrageous.
But we are officially just saying sayonara to Aaron Woods. Thank you for your service.
Tedesco only played 1 game in his debut season, a 19-year-old, before injury ruled him out.
ACL.
But by the following year, he was back and had firmly established himself in the top grade. Oh, so end of 2017 he left. When did Moses leave?
So hold on, did he play for New South Wales while still at the Tigers?
I think he was selected, but I don't know if he played. Let me look.
So he went in 2017, end of 2017. Won a comp the next year. Won 2 comps in a row, actually. When did Moses go?
Yeah, he was the same. He played. Oh, it says here his first year.
The Eels.
Yeah, 17. I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me see if I can find.
So
out.
Moses went first?
2017, he left to go to the Eels. Moses.
So he left in 2017.
So they all left at the
Moses
same time.
and Tedesco at the same
Yeah.
time.
And
then when did Woods go to the
Did
Dogs?
Woods go to the Dogs? Yeah.
For 8 games.
So this is actually interesting.
2018.
Fuck.
So in around
Time flies, bro.
May of 2017, which I'm assuming is the year Ivan got there, Moses signed a 3-year deal with the Parramatta Eels starting from the following year. He then asked for an early release from the club to join the Eels, but was denied by the Tigers. After full time of the match in round 9 at Leichhardt Oval, a can of beer was thrown onto the field, nearly hitting the players. Moses was thought to be the intended target. And then on May 16, he was released from his contract. So he went like mid-year to Para.
Yeah, so he got his mate to throw a fucking
Can
at him. That's genius.
Yeah, that's smart. Oi, can you just go in there and just peg a can at
Peg
me?
a can at me, and I'll go, well, that was obviously fucking aimed at me.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Let me go.
Yeah, Teddy was
Wow.
at the Tigers for 2016 and 2017 when he played Origin. So he made his debut in 2016 and then played all 3 games in 2017, which was his last year at the Tigers.
Teddy was an Origin player at the
Tedesco.
Tigers. So he was fullback
And
for
then-
New South Wales.
Yeah.
And then,
Fucking
and how
hell.
long was he a Raider?
Never.
Never.
Didn't he sign?
He's only
He
played
signed
for
and then back-
No,
Tigers.
but that's what I
and-
mean. How long was he a Raider for?
He never went.
He backflipped. It would have
He
been
never
like a
even
month.
went.
Less than a month.
He was still at the Tigers, backflipped, then signed with the Roosters.
But so, like, what I mean was he wasn't like signed as a Raider for like 2 months. 3 months?
Yeah, I don't
4
remember that.
months?
I could try and find out for you, but from memory again, it was like
Was it a week backflip or was it months? I can't remember.
It was I think it was around like a month, and then
I
he
thought
did.
it was
Wasn't it
like
the old Rome
I thought he
Vembo?
backflip, stayed for a bit longer, then fucked off.
Yes, he stayed with the Tigers for like maybe another year or two, and then went to the Roosters.
Oh, so he didn't. Okay.
I
He
think
didn't go fuck backflip and then
So he didn't backflip on the Raiders and get straight to the
7
top.
days after he announced it.
huge. Love that.
How long? They get
He
2
was
weeks.
going to
I
sign
think.
a 3-year deal.
10-day cooling off period, I believe. Punters and dribblers.
Same
Not
with the
sure.
house.
1.8 million 3-year deal with the Raiders.
Jesus, how that may have changed things both for his career
1.8
and
million
the
3-year deal, 600 grand.
He wasn't that much then, and the salary cap was different.
And this is back in 2014.
2014.
He flipped then.
so he'd only played 1 year at that point.
So he flipped on the Raiders way earlier than when
So
he was with the
he'd only
Roosters.
played for 1 year when they fucking tried to
Debuted
get-
round 2012, round 1 did his ACL,
Saw
and
that.
then
Who was
He
that
was-
against?
he-
Was that against the Raiders?
against the Sharks at Leichhardt, I was there.
That's why he slips over. Do you know that?
Yep.
Because he gets he doesn't want studs anymore.
Because he's like, I'm not getting another ACL.
Well, he hasn't had one. Touch wood. I believe it's been reported by Uncle Wiramu there just before the show started that Souths have been denied allowing Latrell Mitchell to have his game that he misses for front page rack, allegedly. You know, he had to be suspended for a game?
Yep.
Souths were trying to
And
use
20 grand, was it?
somewhere. Souths were trying to use this final game of the season as his suspension, even though Liz Frank injury, they'd earlier said like he's out for the rest of the year. Then they were trying to be like, no, he's actually back, which is fucking horseshit, by the way. And I was like, if they let him serve that suspension this year, it's just the most ridiculous thing of all time. I think now, Wiramu, is it correct? He's been denied?
Yeah, he's been denied.
So the Rabbitohs supplied the NRL with documentation from 3 medical experts, 2 orthopaedic surgeons and their own club doctor, and the NRL rejected it.
The fact that
Souths... I'm happy with that.
As in,
I'm happy with them having a crack. Fucking ass.
yeah, but I'm happy with him having a crack, but there's a part of it where you go like, your player has been a bit of a fucking scallywag of late, and this is sort of trying to get him out of trouble a little bit.
That's like, yeah, that's their job.
No, but also like at some point, if they're threatening to sack Latrell South, they're like, if you fuck up again, we're getting rid of you.
But they're not.
So
but
what-
they're not the same thing.
No, they are. If you let
cost.
me get to the end of what I'm saying, then maybe we can then have a conversation about it. So if they're
Wow.
if they are so fed up with Latrell that they're literally going, if you fuck up again, we can sack you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's clearly an acknowledgement of like behavioural issues to some degree. I got no issue with Trell here. I'm just stating facts.
No issue with me.
But if you're at your wit's end,
Mm-hmm.
I get, and then don't you think that he should be, or they should be like, you know, we're going to actually suspend you for a real game where you're fully ready and available, where it actually affects you. Yeah, it's going to affect us, but like you need to be letting down the team. Like your behavior needs to be letting down the team. You need to be feeling this because you're fucking doing the wrong thing. Like as opposed to just trying to sneak it through and be like, oh, you fucking.
I would say that, and this would be my opinion, is that you've got the greatest man manager in the history of probably sport in Australia, and Wayne Bennett.
Maybe men being managed.
Maybe in the history of men being managed, and that's probably not. I don't think that you would be shot down for that opinion.
Saying Wayne Bennett's the greatest man to manage
manager.
men since men been managed.
Yeah, exactly. In the history of men being managed, he's the greatest. If he is pushing for the suspension now, it says to me that he's going to be sitting down fucking Latrell going, you fuck up again, you're out. However, we want to start the season off on the right foot, and we want to get fucking winning, and we want to get winning quick. We don't want to repeat it this season, and that means that you're on the field and you're fit and you've shed kilos and you're ready to rock and roll. Then if the greatest man manager of all time's comfortable with him playing, then I don't see the benefit of like, well, we want you to sit out a real game so that you send a real message. The real message is if you fuck up again, you're sacked. That is a stronger message in my opinion than going, you should sit out a game. I get.
What about
why-
the message that? What about the message, the front-facing message that South should be trying to display? It's not just about the Trell message, which I could see where you're coming from there.
People forget about that shit by the start of next season. No one gives a shit. It's old fucking news.
Yeah, but
no one would blink an eyelid if he rolled out and played the first game next year. No one would give a shit.
I think people
except
would.
his opposition. No one
Yeah,
else.
well, there's a lot of people that are his opposition. As in, like every other team.
In the first game of the season, it's one team and a one team only.
Right. But the thing is, I think that it's one game. Stop trying to be cheeky about it. Just fucking cop the one game.
But I'm surprised why you're surprised why they're doing it.
I'm not surprised they're trying to do it. I'm saying I don't think they should be. I'm like, just optically, it looks like you're trying to get the guy off again when he's just doing the wrong thing or he has done the wrong thing. It's just like, you know what? Just go, you know what? We'll cop the one game next year. He fucked up. It's all good. Like, you're keeping the fucking thing in the headlines. Just cop it and move the fuck on. He was never going to play again this year. He was never going to play again this year.
Well, hang on. They've got 3 medical experts attesting the fact that he was.
Yeah, or that he could have. But they were never, because they also, stupidly, and I think we spoke about this in the DMP, they fucked up by coming out too early and going, well, fuck it, he's gone for the rest of the year.
That was bush league.
That was dumb.
It was bush
You don't
league.
need to say that. But they came out and they said it.
You don't need to say anything. You just go, he's rested. He's
Yeah.
rested.
Well, he's not even rested. He's still recovering, but he's out.
No, but you can just lie. What's
they
it
came
matter?
out.
Do they have to officially say someone's injured?
No, but that's the thing. They came out and said it again. That is also the point. They came out and said it, and then they've tried to go, oh, no, actually, and you go,
Well, it's
fuck.
embarrassing because it's bush league in the extreme.
Yeah, it is.
But
I'm starting to get, Souths are starting to fucking
But I
annoy me as
honestly,
a
in
club.
my opinion, they fucked up by saying that he was injured where they should have just gone, maybe we're like, we
Whatever.
just keep it in-house, whatever. I understand why they're trying to get this suspension through so they can start next year better. I get that.
Of course I get that. But I'm saying...
And I don't personally have a problem with all that shit.
You've already come out and said that he wasn't playing for the rest of the year. He's your fucking... You've already at your wit's end with him where you're threatening to sack him. You're trying to put in these new clauses in his contract. How about you just shut the fuck up and just let the story die and make him miss one game next year, which is fine. It's not going to ruin your season. Sure, you'd like to get off to a good start, but that's the reality. Just shut the fuck up and let it go. And thank Christ the NRL have shown us some stones.
Well, they've shown big stones. You're right, though. For me, the fuck up is them saying something about his injury and that he would never be back. He wouldn't be back this season, and then trying to push it through. That's the fuck up.
It's one of the fuck ups. But they had said it. So the fact that you'd said it and then now you're trying to like go back on it, that you just it looks like you guys are full of shit.
They are full of shit.
Well, I know they're full of shit.
Everyone's full of shit.
Of course.
Except Wayne.
But they've been caught out for being
Who's
full of shit.
as well.
Well, they're all full of shit.
Yep.
Everyone's full of shit. We're full of shit.
Yeah, but that's the currency in which we trade, and
Yes.
we're honest about it.
Yep. We're honest about being full of shit.
Fucking oath we are, mate. I agree, though, that the Rabbitohs, if the Rabbitohs didn't get Wayne, they start becoming like
Icky.
an icky, gross, rank club.
Yep. They've got some
Honestly,
They
I'm
did have
sorry.
a shitload of injuries this year.
That's not the point.
It got icky with Sam Burgess leave, like all this all the
JD,
all that
Jason,
stuff.
Demetrio.
Jason Demetrio, world's worst coach, like all that shit. It's just they became really
It got
rank.
icky. It got icky and gross.
It did. We all know it did.
I think they showed some promising signs when Trell came back and was fit around Origin.
Get off that dick, Tobler.
They looked better. I'm just...
No, but look, it's not even necessarily about the quality with which they can play rugby league.
But I think
It's actually got nothing to do with it.
I think you can drown out the bullshit if you're playing well.
Yes.
Like the Cowboys, for example, they're going to they're going to make the 8 this year. I don't know what it is. I'm just being completely honest with you.
Yeah.
They make me flaccid.
We do know what it is. They are lingerers. They're the type of like people that are hanging around and giving you nothing and offering nothing, and you're just like, why are you here?
Yes. No, you're
Why?
right. Well, I know why.
You're lingering. Just go away.
But I can't nail down why I think that they're a lingerer.
yes.
That's what I mean. Like, if they came to a kick on, if my mate brought them to a kick, like someone
Cowboys
Ollie
were the
Archer bring to a
kick-ons.
kick on.
Yeah.
That's with all due respect
We
to
love
Ollie,
Ollie Arch.
who's a dear friend of my brother. But he'd bring the Cowboys to a kick on. And everyone would go, fuck, Notcher. What'd you bring them for? But everyone knows why, because that's the sort of thing he does.
Yeah.
And no one would enjoy, it would be a punish to get
do
caught next to the Cowboys. You'd be rolling out, I got to piss 4 or 5 times a night.
Constantly. They'd be chewing your ear off about something, or they'd roll into any conversation you're having halfway through and then just trying to get their drunk off their ass, just like, go away.
Yeah.
That's the Cowboys this year, dude.
It's the Cowboys. It is.
And it's not it's the Cowboys this year. They could change it next year. They're not that. But and every year it changes. But the Cowboys are is that team this year.
I tell you where I reckon it started to go wrong. When Todd was like, when he started to just whinge about not getting the preseason they would have liked, when I'm like, shut the fuck up, Todd.
Excuse City, dude. No one likes
it's
Excuse
ranked,
City.
dude. It's
unless
ranked.
We make 'em.
Oh, we can make excuses. But Todd used to be...
You got to make them the right kind of way.
Mate, Todd, when they made that fucking prelim and lost that year when they had the greatest preseason ever, and Todd was a bit of a sick cunt. He was a
mad
badass.
though. Well, he
he
was a big
had that goatee, bro. And he
Wearing
was just
bracelets and shit.
Yeah. And then he got icky.
Yeah. You can get icky quick in this game. You can get icky quick, dude.
Like, mate, Rabbitohs would be the ickiest side in the comp if not for the greatest man manager in the history of men being managed.
And if it wasn't for the Cowboys, who are currently icky as fuck. But that's because they're lingerers. But again, that can all change very quickly. It can change quickly.
On a dime.
Yep.
It can change in a week.
Yeah, really.
Weeks long time rugby league.
Huge amount of time in rugby league.
We're making sense.
I fucking oath we're making sense, Ed.
Cody, we're making sense? You're going to yawn again.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you yawning? Do you think Latrell... What do you think about the South situation, Cody?
No, I think it's rank. I think it's scout. I think as well one big part of it was all that stuff going with their halves. Remember they were like dropping Ilias and shit. They got injured. Like they've had a rank year. I think South fans would admit that too.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got... Well, Sebo's over there. He admits it. Don't you, Sebo? Yeah, so Sebo admits it. He said,
Do you think that Latrell should just be suspended next year? Because the NRL, like Latrell got suspended, they were you guys were trying to basically get him to be like, oh wait, actually he can play this year. He was going to play the final game of the year, but we're going to suspend him for that game. Yeah, dodgy.
Yeah, no, but like, yeah.
You may as well have a crack because then
I get
round
having
one
a
next
crack, but it's a
year-
bad look when you say he's out for the year. I may sound like a
not
narc
it's
here.
not
I'm
a- it's not a bad look. It's just you're fucked up.
It is a bad look now because you're trying to bullshit after saying he's out for the year and then go, no, actually,
You
it's
look,
like, cunt,
you look
just
like
cop
you
it.
look like a beater.
You look desperate. Just cop it and shut up and let it go.
You look like a beater. But you tried to call the NRL's bluff. You saw weakness. But there's no weakness there. Not with some PVL running.
No, exactly.
Grandson of God and that.
Yeah.
I hope I haven't ruffled any feathers with like the lingering stuff with the Cowboys, but in your heart of hearts it's true.
Whose feathers are you going to ruffle?
Cowboys fans.
Well, Cowboys fans. Fuck them.
But you can tell, like,
Not to ruffle any feathers.
but like looking at Rando today when we were talking about the Cowboys, I'm like, I know that you know what I'm talking about.
Cowboys fans get it, and that's the only... You know what? If you hear any complaints, it's probably because they feel it.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
it.
sort of like turn the mirror in that.
Yeah. Turn the mirror in that.
I think when the Cowboys conceded, remember when they played the Tigers about a couple of weeks ago or 3 or 4 weeks ago? They conceded 30 points to us. That kind of made everyone feel a bit like they'd already been conceding a lot of points to everyone, but then they played the Tigers and it's like, oh, you guys nearly just lost.
Yeah.
You suck.
You suck.
You suck.
And they're fifth somehow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No one believes
Sixth.
you.
That's the biggest thing. It's like, how are these guys fifth?
That's why they're
just don't
lingerers, dude.
I don't recall them winning so many
That's why they're
games.
lingerers, because people are like, what are you guys even doing in the finals? Can you just fuck off? Like, you're not going to do anything. You're not meant to be here.
You're annoying.
Who invited you to the finals?
Great question. Great question. Because there's other teams I'd have in front of you instead of
The Raiders would be better in the finals.
way better, dude. The final series has always been richer having the Raiders in it because of Sticky and the work he gets through.
Sticky also...
No one gets through more work than Sticky.
Did you see
no
that
one.
Sticky, he's upset that the Sydney media, don't fucking suck off the boys?
That's what that's what I'm talking about. That's the sort of shit I need heading into final series. Sticky pissed off that Sydney media doesn't give a fuck about that little shithole. No
Respectfully,
offense.
not to ruffle feathers.
It is what it is.
Well, all of Canberra's a shithole.
Exactly. You need to be aware of that, Ricky Stewart, which you are, and that's why you don't get the love
From the Sydney media.
Does this potentially have something? Wasn't he best mates with Kenty?
Yes, he was.
So perhaps he's getting less sort of.
less love since Kenty's been. Did we talk about seeing Kenty the other day? We saw Kenty the other day. He looked very happy.
We looked at each other, Tom and I. I believe we were driving
Might have been after our run. Might have been after it. It was in the city.
on Sussex Street, I believe, Tom.
After our marathon run club.
We were parked at the lights. I look out the right to the sidewalk and I see Kenty walking down the street with
arm in arm with a lady.
With a lady.
Of a similar vintage.
Yep. And Tom and I look at each other and both remark at the same time, geez, Kenty looks like he's going all right. That's what happened.
Which is what you would want. I don't want anyone to do doing badly. Seems like he's doing all right.
I don't want anyone to be doing badly except the Cowboys.
You don't need to worry about that. It's not, you need to want for that. They almost lost to the Storm. Who had 11 players out. Anyway, lingering as it is. I'm also, while we're talking rugby league, Eddie, which is something we do from time to time here, obviously we have spent some time on Ants as well, but I'm a little... You know how Queensland during Origin are like fucking... Like, their team could suck and then the media still suck them off. Like, they don't really ever criticise. The Queensland media never criticise Queensland and they're all like...
Good like getting Gordy to say anything about the Broncos.
Well, no, of course. But just generally speaking with the Origin sense, it's always like, well, you know, Queensland get Origin, like New South Wales media are so harsh to their team and fucking critical.
Yeah.
No one is harsher on a fucking side than Queensland are to the Broncos. Now, sure, did they make the finals? No. Not good. But I'm always like Adam Reynolds is getting his asshole ripped apart. He's like clearly the best player they fucking have, sort of. You know, like your Walshes of sorts, but
probably
like
unfair to Payne Haas.
No. But well, you need a half, but like they weren't contending for shit before Adam Reynolds got there. Payne Haas is a great footballer, but a prop can't fucking win you a game.
Well, if you don't have an elite half, you can't win anything.
Right.
Full stop.
Kevy Walters coached his side to a grand. He was a pubic hair away from fucking winning the grand final last year. They didn't have a good year this year, but it's all like, fuck, is Kevy going to be around there? Where's Kevy going? Fucking, Kevy's got 12 games till he's fucking next year to like prove his, you know. Brisbane just shitting on every single facet of that club. I don't care about Broncos at all. But I'm just like, the Queensland media suck themselves off about being so pro-Queensland. But then, like, if you're the Broncos and you have, like, one bad year, they just shit down the throat Masood style.
Have they been shitting on a Masood style the whole year? Or has it ramped up off the back of losing to Wayne Bennett and the Dolphins?
No, dude, no. It's been going. It's been going. Billy Walters, I heard the other day, quit the breakfast show on Triple M because they were shitting on Kevy Walters. So he was like, Triple M was shitting on Kevy too much. So Billy's like,
Triple M were or the listeners were?
Triple M.
And he quit.
And then they're shitting on Adam Reynolds because then now Adam Reynolds works for Triple M doing like a spot a week or something. And then Gordy's like, why the fuck's he fucking in there?
Mate,
if you've got Gordy coming out and shitting on Adam Reynolds, I don't know whether this is true, right? But Gordy's good friends with Kevy. And then Gordy said on Euro 360 last night, when Kevy re-signed with the Broncos, he didn't even get a fucking club issue shirt. He had to go buy his own shirt. No one helped him out. That's always been the way. No one's ever helped Kevy. If I'm Kevy, I'm like, hey, Gordy, shut the fuck up. Because, like, clearly I've told you that.
I don't think that this is too far from the mark. I think the Broncos are arguably the biggest underachieving club in Australian sport because of these reasons. Their fucking access to talent is absolutely unrivaled. They have been, until recently, a one-city club with, like, endless money. I think one of the only profitable sides in rugby league. Like, their access to fucking money, talent, know-how, coaching, all that shit is just unparalleled. And all they've done since 2006 is bottle 2 grand finals and get a spoon. Like, no one has fucked up or dropped the bag, quote unquote, more than the Broncos. Yep. And I just think that the chatter up there at the moment is a symptom of the fact that they know that the last 20 years have been nothing but a fucking miserable failure.
Yes, but you have a coach who just got you to a grand final and already the chatter is about...
For the reasons I've just explained.
Yeah, I know, but he wasn't fucking there for the 20 years.
Doesn't matter.
Right, but it does, though. The thing is, it should.
But you're speaking logic.
Yeah, no, exactly.
They have entered the realm of the irrational.
Yes.
Because of their insecurities, because they know what they've done.
Yeah.
What have they done? They won a spoon. You could argue a spoon that is in no way, shape, or form even possible for them to achieve.
It's the Leicester City equivalent, but for a spoon.
But honestly,
reverse.
it's the inverse of Leicester City. It honestly is. It should not be possible. It should not be possible. The resources, the money, it should not be possible. And yet they did it. They bottled not back to back. They've bottled fucking 2 grand finals, basically unlosable.
Yep.
From the positions they were in. And I think that what you're seeing is a side that's lost its identity, a team that's lost its identity, and people looking for answers going, how the fuck haven't we won a comp since 2006? What in the fuck is going on? And they're turning on each other.
Yep.
It's America, but in the Broncos. Like, that's... it's like eating each other.
Oh, so like as in a culture, society divided.
Well, it's like it's the fucking last days of Rome, mate. You know, a once powerful juggernaut. They used to be a fucking juggernaut.
I see I've been seeing random shit, like whether it's a DM from a dribbler here, whether it's a tweet from someone who has absolutely no authority in the space of rugby league there. But you just hear them every once in a while. And the most recent one I've been hearing coming around again is that Payne Haas is unhappy and he wants to leave. And I support it.
I support it too. Can we just do some quick math? What's the population of Brisbane, please, Tobler?
50 million?
2.28 million.
2.28 million. So there should be at least minimum, if you're doing the Sydney to Brisbane math, there should be at least 4 teams. 4.5. You could argue 5 teams in Brisbane because of their obsession with rugby league.
But there's enough Queensland teams now that's not as meaningful.
In Brisbane. In Brisbane. And there's not. And the fact that they haven't won anything, even though the fucking resources aren't getting sucked out the arse like they are in Sydney, where teams continue to win, is just, it's embarrassing. It's a fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, no, listen, it's an embarrassing club to support, that's for sure. It's an embarrassing club to support.
Like, you've had one of the great layups all time, and you've done nothing with it in the last 20 years.
It's an embarrassing club to support. There's just no doubt about that. Like, it would be embarrassing to support the Broncos. No matter which way you sort of slice it or dice it, it would be a very embarrassing club to support. I was just looking at the Roosters side. Could you just get that up for me, Tommy Tobler?
The one playing this weekend? Like name?
No, I wanted the one from 2007, actually, just a round 4 team, if that's all right.
Round 14, 2007?
Yeah,
okay,
if you
cool.
could. Thanks. Just the Roosters side from round 14, 2007, not the
perfect.
one this weekend.
You're looking up, you want to know the round 4.
No, Eddie, I'd like the one from this weekend. I'm just being rude to
He's
Tobler.
just been
a dick.
dickhead.
Because I said, could you get the Roosters side up? And he's like, what do you mean, the one from this weekend?
Oh, I missed all that.
I'm like, when would you... that face.
I'm not sure what to pick up from that facial expression, but here's a tip for this weekend, Tom, while I find that one from 2007, round 14.
Oh, Tobler.
Cody, can you please go get some 4 Pines lagers out of the freezer? Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
That'd be really nice. Thank you.
Thanks, Cody.
Thanks, Cody.
Hey, Cody. Thanks, man. Fucking love Cody. So I just wanted to have a look at this Roosters side, not from round 14, 2007.
I've got that one here if you wanted to look at it.
Nah, I
afterwards.
reckon you can park that one, mate. But good, that's a quick Dior from you. Surprising.
Thanks, mate.
Like, I know everyone's saying the Roosters are fucked because they've had some awful injuries from Sam Walker, obviously your fucking premier half, and you like 2 spine players. And then Victor, I assume, is maybe out this week, and Nat Butcher, maybe a Category 1, so he won't be back until the finals. The outs, Brandon Smith, Daniel Tupou. What the fuck did Tupou do to himself? Oh, yeah, that's what you want. Bit of fucking coldness coming out.
Cheers, bro.
So Tupou hasn't been named for this game due to a yet-to-be-specified reason, but Michael Chamis has just reported that Mark Nawinga-Natawase is set to make his debut.
We've literally just been talking about it
We've
for the past 5
spent
minutes.
like
and
we
you
had
still
piss
mess it up.
breaks, and we spent you fucked up the name.
How?
You said Nawinga-Natawase, whatever you said it wrong.
Mark Nawinga-Natawase?
Yeah, wrong.
Is that wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I thought I nailed that.
Nawinga-Natawase.
Marky Mark is set to make his debut on Friday night against South Sydney Rabbitohs.
No, don't cut that out, cunt. That's huge, dude. That's huge. That he's coming in for the Roosters. So for Tupou, huh? But Tupou's not even Pauga's named on the wing.
So
Roosters.
because he's in the reserves, he'll probably swap Pauga.
Yeah, right. Okay. But just look at this side. Tedesco, Pauga, or Mark Nawinga-Natawase. Suoliti back, Manu in the centres, Dom Young, Keary, Sandon Smith at 7, not Keary at 7. Interesting. Lenu, Origin. Connor Watson, Origin. Collins, Origin. Crichton, Origin. Tupanua, fucking, I don't know whether he played for New Zealand or is he New Zealand, Tonga? He's a fucking good player.
International.
I think so anyway. White, decent enough player, but like, even if White was a shit player, their fucking their forward pack is absolutely stacked there.
If you're going off rugby league names, Tom, and not just rugby league names, but names as in like, who are you and what are you about and what have you achieved? They've got some fucking specimens out there.
It's just like...
The argument is, and this is the one that Ruse made like on a couple of occasions, is that he thinks their attack without Sam Walker is absolutely putrid as the half provides structure.
Yeah, and maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But also maybe
and he's of the opinion that'll be tested this weekend. I think that Luke Keary stands the fuck up, personally.
He's a 3-time premiership winner, Luke Keary, but he's also like, maybe they just change the way they play a little bit. Again, I'm not a fucking...
Well, that's what training would have been focused on this week, Tom.
Right? You just change the points of attack. I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to start giving you X's and O's here, punters and dribblers. The last thing I want to do. But they're a fucking... Like, they are as good of a side as... Like, if this was just the Roosters' best 17, you'd be like, yeah, that's a fucking really good side.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, it's still a very good fucking rugby league side and would be the envy of any fucking shithole team in the bottom 8, with respect to you all. Don't want to ruffle any feathers, Ed.
We're not here to ruffle feathers.
No.
Never. We'd never want to do that.
They've just brought a fucking wallaby in who is like the greatest. He was like the best fucking, one of the best players in rugby.
Yep.
It's interesting that he's going to play with Suoliti. They're sort of doing the swap, but they'll get one game together before, well, at least one game together before Suoliti goes.
That is interesting. That's very interesting. If they can't get the job done this weekend, really, really, really alarming.
I think they pump them. I really do. Or at least they should pump them.
Well,
if they were ever really a premiership threat, this team should pump them.
100%.
In the Rabbitohs Panthers game last Friday night, I believe it was, Rabbitohs didn't really get down Penrith's end very often, but when they did, they either scored or looked like they were close to. So they looked more dominant than they have in like previously. Like
Jack
Whiten
like not playing. Dean Hawkins is back.
No Cam Murray.
Like,
which is massive.
Now look at this Rabbitohs side. And this is no disrespect. Jai Gray can play football. Tyrone Munro of You Will Have My Respect Forever. Tane Milne, Richie Kenner, Jacob Gagai, Cody Walker-Shaw. Dean Hawkins. I think they may have told him that he can leave at the end of the year. Tom Burgess leaving, Damien Cook leaving, David Moali, Keon Shaw, Jacob Host, Duncan Tallis, Mamazoulis, Liam LeBlanc, Sean Kepi of almost always dropping the ball, Havili. I just don't.
It's not
even comparable.
It's not a strong side.
But the fucking two teams aren't even comparable.
It's not a strong side. It's just not.
If the Roosters should beat the shit out of this side.
Have they signed anyone for next year up front?
Who?
Rabbitohs.
I don't think so.
They're losing Burgess. They're very...
They're
very thin up there, bro. Very thin.
They've signed 2 utility forwards until the end of 2026.
Who? Oh, they got you and Aiken.
They got Aiken, yeah.
Lachlan Hubner and Max McCarthy.
Right, so not exactly household names. That doesn't mean they're not good, obviously, but like,
Hubner played like 3 games against.
Well, we don't know
this
what
year
we're
for the
talking about,
Dolphins.
Tom.
no, we don't know, and that's always an important reminder.
I think that sometimes we need to come back to simple truths, home truths.
Home truths from the home
And the simplest of all,
is that
and
fucking
worth remembering.
Japanese lager it fucks. I just needed to take a moment there.
Well, that was a segue and a clever one, and I'm proud of you for doing so.
It was subtle.
But worth remembering that Tom and I have absolutely no idea what we're talking about, and we are coming from the perspective of vibe and vibe alone. And my vibe is, and I'm here to echo Tom's sentiments.
Sentiments.
My sediments are, that's soil deposits left. You find them on the bottom of the river, or you'll find them on floodplains during floods.
Yep.
Sentiments
Okay.
are that the Roosters should hump the fucking living shit out of a Rabbitohs side that looks weak as piss to me.
Do you now, and we're going to let you know a little secret if you have not watched About Even yet, but like when you think about my bet with Guru, do you feel more confident now? Like, or do you look at that and go like...
Can I be honest with you? My only fear for you is the dastardly nature of those line setters.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers are evil.
But they know one way or the other, right? So if I'd taken the unders, you're fucked either way with the dastardly line setters. Someone has to win.
I wouldn't be shocked if it was 13 points. It wouldn't shock me. It just wouldn't shock me.
It wouldn't shock me either.
It's just something. It's just I think that the line is not in your favour. I think you're a fucking half point off the cunt. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good bet and needed to happen. You got to claw back ground.
Yeah.
You had to do it.
Had to do it. Gosh, my knee is fucking sore.
Because you got to remember next week, dude. There's only 4 games, then only 2-2-1.
Yeah.
There's not many games.
No, there's not many games left.
There's 9 left after this round.
9 games of rugby league left.
Yeah, I believe
that's one round.
Worth reminding, punters and dribblers, Friday, 6 p.m, myself, Hamish Street Fighter Street, and Cody Totes making his stream debut for the Spoon Bowl. Cody, obviously a Tigers fan, Streety, an Eels fan, and me, an impartial third party. 6 p.m. Friday. Just thought I'd quickly remind there while Totes was speaking.
Nice.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
You nervous?
Yeah.
But on the surface?
No, for being like from the stream.
No. Nervous about the game.
Oh, you're not nervous being on the stream?
No. Should I be?
Most people are.
Well, like about whether you perform, dude. What if you don't perform?
I'll be sweet.
You reckon you'll be sweet?
Most people get really nervous, but you've got some mic work in.
Well, he's got mic work, but he's also maybe got some youthful confidence, arrogance.
Confidence of youth.
Yeah.
Which usually presents as arrogance.
Yeah.
In the extreme.
Sure.
Wrecked. Just want to take a brief moment within the podcast and to shout out our good friends at Ned's. Fuck me. Number 1 betting platform on earth. Got me in a little bit of a bind over the weekend. I got 1 bet. Shout out to Tommy Turbo. Otherwise, Daddy on all fours. Willingly.
Begging for it.
Begging.
Really heating up on About Even. Let me tell you that, punters and dribblers. Now,
We got ponies coming up.
we've got ponies coming up.
Spring in the air.
What's that?
It's my hay fever, but it's also ponies.
Hey, that's nay.
That's me trying to do a horse.
That's me in the trough, baby. That's me in the fucking pony trough. Final winners, trifectas, quinellas, exactas.
Yep. All
Know what
going to
I'm
be
saying?
shared into the About Even group and on our profiles. When's the first big horse race?
She be getting close.
We got to do a Saddle Club stream.
Yeah, we're definitely doing a saddle club. We're definitely doing it.
No?
Definitely doing a saddle club, punters and dribblers. I reckon October probably the
Yeah.
go. Maybe even punters and dribblers. Maybe even here's an idea. Derby Day.
I like it. If you can have a punt, though, do it with Neds. Huge fans of Neds. Without them, none of it's possible. We love Neds.
Without them, just hello sport stops.
Yep. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website. Willie, what was the article thing you found on Fox League the other day? Yesterday?
No, that's one Tobler found.
Oh, Tobler found. Sorry,
Yeah,
Tobler.
let me
Not
get it
to
up.
steal your valor. Punters and dribblers, just quickly as well, leave in the comments. Do you think Tobler's dyeing his hair? We're all thinking he's dyeing it brown.
I was just in the mirror before, and there's several greys coming through on either side, which is proof that I'm not dyeing my hair.
Or it's proof that that's why you're dyeing it. That doesn't... That's...
No.
What a stupid fucking...
Can I be honest with you, Tobler? And I'm just going to be as honest as I possibly can
Here
be,
we
because
go.
it's all I've got in this world is my honour
Yep,
and my honesty.
sure.
Your hair looks darker than it's ever looked.
Thank you. It's not because of hair dye. It's just because it's looked light from bleaching it for probably...
How long have you been bleaching it for? Is that what it's throwing me off?
What was it? Since like Feb.
Did you bleach it
Oh, wait,
before
no.
Vegas? Or you went blue
Yeah,
first?
I went blue first since February. Went
So
blue,
that's what it
bleach,
is.
American flag,
So that's what
bleach,
it is.
brown, bleach. Now it's back to normal.
Okay.
But I swear I'm not dyeing it anymore. I don't think I can. I've
Why not?
alleviated my concern. I've said my concerns of the receding hair, and it's
Well,
just...
bleaching your hair is the last thing you should be doing.
Yeah.
It'll fall out.
Exactly. So I'm taking a break. Me and hair dye are no more.
No more.
No.
Well, we might...
Why
need to-
were you dyeing it? Like, who was that inspired by? Like Justin Bieber or...
Well, it was to
Eminem.
go blue for...
no, but when
the
you... No,
joke.
because you dyed it
kept doing
recently.
it. You then dyed it back to blonde.
I dyed it back to blonde for a dress-up party.
Because wigs don't exist.
See Kid Laroy's doing the grand final.
Oh, I was wondering because they were saying like it's going to be someone cool that like the youngins like, and I was like, who the fuck would that be? That's good. I respect that.
That's
That's a good choice.
It's a big get.
Yes.
It's a really big get.
Yeah.
I was looking up, me and Ella, for some weird reason, we're looking up Spotify monthly listens, and Kid Laroi punches out huge numbers.
Like what?
Like fucking... Can you look it up? Tobler, was it like 17 million or 18 million or something?
Do you like Kid Laroi totes?
I don't listen to him, no.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a good get, though, for what it's worth.
Katy Perry.
46
46
million monthly
okay, so I was
listeners.
way off.
46 mil?
46 million.
a month.
What did you say?
I thought it was like 18 or 14 or something. But
46 million a month.
It's huge.
That's huge. I think the AFL's got Katy Perry, which now I think is very AFL and lame.
again, a big get.
Katy Perry?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if the NRL got Katy Perry, you'd have bloody
It's a
Bulldog Richie being like, this is the dumbest
But
fucking
it
thing
is
ever.
a big get.
Sure, but it's not good.
But so from where the NRL has been, aka Shepherd,
Shout out to Shepherd, by the way.
to Kid Laroi is a big step.
Yes. No. I think Kid Laroi's great, dude. I love that they got Kid
He loves
Laroi.
his footies from Waterloo.
I still think it's probably going to piss off some oldies. Fucking Kid Laroi, what's this
Yeah, but old
bullshit?
people listen. If you're old and you get pissed off at stuff, then you're wasting your final years.
Well, but you might be like 48 and old. You know what I mean?
I just
Like
think getting angry
55
about
and
that is just like a waste of your fucking breath.
Yeah, but like if you're in the media, like, and you have to have an opinion on something, this is
Bulldog
gonna be,
will hate it.
Bulldog will fucking hate it. Do you see
Well-
Bulldog's article? This is going to be the shittest final series ever, or something like. What's the point, bro? What's the point?
Yeah, but he knows what works.
I
Why
Why this will be
sells at
the
the
weakest
markets.
NRL
I
final
hope that is
series
what
in
it is.
years.
I hope he like goes, oh, what the fuck? His whole thing is to be contrarian. And again, it gets us talking. It does. I got to respect him on that point.
But surely, if he was going, fuck, I love rugby league, we wouldn't be talking about it.
No,
it.
you're right.
It works. It
Well,
just does.
True.
It
Fuck,
works.
how good's rugby league? Thank
There is
you.
no team in standout form heading into this year's NRL final series, right?
It's, you know what? It's
That's
not.
sort
it's
of
not,
why I
it's
like
kind
it.
of true,
That's sort of
though,
why I
as
like.
well.
That's sort of why I like it.
Yeah.
But like you
It's
could
actually
reframe
kind of
it as
not.
the most.
It's not
open.
actually wrong.
But they're not the same thing. There
Why?
not a team in standout form, but that doesn't mean it'll be shit.
No. He's saying it's a weak final series. I'm like, I don't know.
It
about
is
that.
weak.
I don't know if it's weak. I just think it's.
Form wise,
I almost think it's maybe more even.
Form wise, it's weak.
Yeah.
Form wise, it's weak.
I guess. Or maybe it's just even. It's just teams are winning and losing and winning and losing. But there's not really anyone dominant.
Sharks should probably go lost. The Roosters have lost they've lost troops.
I think the injuries have made it closer. But
Penrith have got Cleary, who's under an injury cloud. Storm look great, pretty good.
I almost think the
Manly
Storm
will
are
win the
fucking in the
comp.
best spot.
The fucking Cowboys are lurking. The Dolphins or the Knights are just making up room, no offense. The Bulldogs are probably a couple of years fucking too early, bit green, bit wet around the ears, wet behind the ears, whatever it is saying.
Wet around the ears.
Wet, behind
Wet
the
under
ears.
the arms.
Bit wet, bit green.
Yeah.
So, mate, can I be honest with you? As I speak, I'm starting to think to myself, this could be the year of a fucking rugby league ambush
outside
of
the 8,
some
outside the 4.
of some substance. Like we don't have big, strong alpha thoroughbreds up there ready to snap necks and take souls. Like, this is the time.
Listen, it could be. It fucking could be. And it will be because it'll be Manly. Now, Tobler found this, or did someone post this in the Punters and Dribblers?
Ace MC
posted this in the Punters and Dribblers. So this is something from Fox League. I don't know if
It's just like the injury report.
Injury report from Fox League. Don't know if it's a staff writer, but basically, what's the caption here from Ace MC? More blow than a Val Holmes joke book in this week's injury report. Not sure what's worse. Okay, I won't even. So in this injury report, they've gone through the Roosters, the Raiders, the Broncos, Manly, and the Bulldogs who have injuries. So in the Roosters, in a huge blow for the Roosters on the eve of the final, Sam Walker, blah, blah, blah. Then the Raiders. The Raiders also suffer a hammer blow with veteran Jordan Rapana. And the Broncos. The Broncos have been handed a hammer blow. And then the Seagulls. The Seagulls have suffered a major blow with 2 weeks of the finals. And then the Dogs. The Bulldogs have also suffered a dual blow. That is all 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 paragraphs.
Huge blow, hammer blow, major blow, dual blow. Can I tell you my favourite part? The back-to-back hammer blows.
Yeah.
The back-to-back hammer blows is so pure, dude.
Yeah.
I love it.
How do you not notice
The
that?
Raiders also suffered a hammer blow. No, it should be the Raiders suffered a hammer blow. The Broncos also suffered a hammer blow. You can't also suffer a hammer blow and then then just been handed a hammer blow. So the Raiders were handed a hammer blow. The Broncos also suffered a hammer blow. If you're gonna roll out consecutive hammer blows,
Huge blow, hammer blow, major blow,
dual blow.
dual blow.
I've never seen dual blow.
Yeah, that's a new
I've never
one.
seen dual blow.
Meanwhile, the Bulldogs have also suffered a dual blow. Well,
Not also.
No, not also, because they're the first
They're
to
the
suffer
first
the
to
dual
suffer
blow.
the dual blow. Yeah.
This guy,
All girl.
it's,
Who wrote it?
It's
Can
an
you find it?
interesting
Was it
hire.
staff writers? Can you find it?
this is what you get at the end of journalism, like in the final days of journalism, is
Is huge
also
blow.
suffered a dual blow.
I just love it. Dual blow, hammer blow, major blow, dual blow.
Yeah,
Also-
Fox League from Fox Sports.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, I take it back. They were correct with the dual blow because the Seagulls did lose the duo of Jason Savage, Tom Trebojevic.
But they
which
didn't.
would be a dual blow.
Oh, okay.
So that's my fuck up.
So
Just
we didn't
disguised
read
as
the
a
full thing.
major.
So okay,
No,
we
so I'm
apologize.
man enough to admit that.
No. Listen, you got to be able to call it when you fuck up. Before we go, shout out to Will Pucovski, retired. Obviously, sad
Did he?
to see. Didn't you say? Oh, you've been in Bali.
No, I've
dude.
been off the grid.
Yeah,
dude.
Pucovski
I've been
retired.
reading absolutely nothing.
He's retired.
Wow. I actually think that.
I think it's probably a good thing.
I think
but-
that's a good thing because, mate, fuck, it was getting pretty etch.
And he got a baggy grain.
Got a baggy green, just annoying, and I feel sorry for him in the sense that, like,
You're making it about you there. You saying it's annoying.
I'm saying I'm annoyed that he'd be annoyed because he'd be like, I was
anointed.
there. I was there.
I was anointed.
I was there.
I was anointed.
And he would have played all that shit out in his head. I'm sure. How could you not? I've played it out.
He's
And
had
I'm-
like 400.
I've played out my test career, and
Yeah.
I'm not.
And you were never close. You can't hit a ball.
I can't hit a ball. And I've played out my test career.
Yeah.
So imagine what he's done. He's got a baggy green for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So I feel fucking sorry for him.
Yeah. But probably right call.
Definitely the right call.
So apparently, cricket officials say that Will Pucovski has not medically retired, but after multiple concussions, he is not expected to play this season. So he's been ruled out for this season. And the Herald reported mistakenly that he had retired.
Wait, so he hasn't retired?
Not officially, no.
He's not retired. Okay. So he's not retired.
No, well, good decision. Good
You know,
decision. Just take it. Don't make any rash decisions.
Listen. Try and get on top of things.
Take a year
Go
off.
see the neurologist.
Yep. Take a year off.
Ruled out indefinitely.
Good. Just take time. Don't put pressure on it. Come back when you feel ready. How old are you?
Can you get your chin back? To use a fighting term.
I don't know. I don't think so. Once it goes. But again,
He's 26.
He's only 26, dude. Punter
But
retired
again,
at 27.
Nah, but it's the chin thing.
Well, I know, but maybe he's just taking some time off.
Punter retired at 27.
37. I'm saying he's got many fucking Hussey.
It's not about that. It's the chin thing.
Well, I know that, dude. But if they're saying that maybe it's just to take some time off, Maybe they're just saying take some time off.
Why isn't there a G in chin? Chin thing. Chin thing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Chin?
Yeah.
Thing?
Chin.
Do they sound the same?
What the fuck? Does anyone
you
know what's
okay?
going on here? Does anyone know what's going on?
So
Saying chin thing.
Chin,
Yeah, they're spelt differently, but they sound the same.
chin and thing sound the same?
No, not as much now.
What the fuck?
If chin had a G, it
Hold
might
on.
sound the same.
Am I losing it?
No, chin and thing. Yeah. No, there's a at the end.
What the fuck are you talking? Of course they're different.
Well, I thought for a second they weren't.
This is what I deal with Evie. Dad, does chin and thing rhyme? No, they don't. Nice try, 4-year-old.
Mate, for a second I thought that I was onto something.
This is one of your more shocking moments. Yeah.
No?
Well, listen, no.
Can you see where my head was at?
No, I can't. You know what?
You can't sympathise with
You know what rhyming is.
It was the thing. It was I wasn't
dude,
playing it out.
no.
Ching. It would be ching, wouldn't it?
Of course it would be.
Yeah. Which does have a G.
Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. It's been great to talk to you all. I think this is probably a good time for us to leave.
What do you think about what I'm saying?
About the chin and the thing? Yeah. I think that it's tough. I don't think they rhyme. Like, that would be my initial thought about it, is that they don't rhyme. They don't sound the same. And honestly, when you were initially saying that they did, I'm like, I'm obviously getting something wrong here. I'm misunderstanding what he's saying, because there's no way that Eddie is asking me whether chin and thing sound the same. Because there's obviously no way they do.
You know what does sound the same? Chin and thin.
Well, of course
which
they
are
do.
spelled similarly.
Well, they rhyme. Chin and thin. You know what else does? Bin, twin.
Yep.
Yeah. Not thing.
Yeah.
No, that's where it ing.
That's what did me in.
That's what did you.
Ing.
That's what did you in.
Ing.
Yeah. It's a did you ing.
So wasn't there a G on the end?
Thank you, everyone. See you next week. We'll see you Friday for the stream. Holy shit.
Could you two just not talk anymore?